fall. Say you stand by your man and tell me something I don't understand. You said you love me, and that's a fact, and then you left me. Hello there, Tony Medley once again, and welcome back to my workshop. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was asked by one of my subscribers to go into more detail in doing a segmented ring, and I've had another request saying that I'm not going into detail on the cut on the tilt, and could I go a little bit more than my last one, which I think I went 20%, or 20 degrees should I say, not 20%. So today's video is doing a ring, a segmented ring, cut on the tilt, and a little bit more into detail, and you can just do as many rings as you want to make a vessel of your choice. So today I'm going to use my favourite wood, which is, my favourite contrast, which is Sapelli, and you can see the lovely grain in that. But I've also been getting, and it is maple, but it's got a little bit of spalting in it. It's got all different colours in, and not the lily white one, which sometimes, which I've got quite a lot in my stockpile, but it's just a nice contrast, that. So what I'll do, I'll make a 12 segment ring cut on the tilt, and I'm going to be adventurous here. It mightn't work. Is 25, and we'll put a 25 degree angle on it. The only problem that you've got, and I've said this before, is when you're doing them on the tilt, and as you tighten them up, they tend to want to slide up because they're cut at an angle, and the more angle that you've got, the more tendency it wants to jump out. So what we need, and I'll explain later on, is I've made a little press clamp, and so it pushes pressure on the ring itself as you try to put a band on to keep the until the glue goes off. So anyway, we'll crack on, and we'll start cutting the segments. Right, we're going to cut these segments, cut on the tilt, at a 30 degree angle, which I've never done. Whether we can do that, I'm not so sure. So obviously all you've got to do is set your blade to 0 degrees. I'm not sure whether you can see that or not. Just zero it down again till we get to 0. Then turn the wheel until it goes to 30 degrees. I'm not sure whether you can see that. It doesn't have to be exactly on 30, but as long as it's within reason. Right, once we've done that, we're going to, the circumference of the ring is 460 millimeters. Divide that by 12, as we're doing a 12 segment ring, and that works out at 38 millimeters, the length along the length or the longest part of the segment. So we'll cut 12 segments of each colour, 6 for each ring, and then hopefully that should make us the perfect ring. What I almost forgot to do was we've got to mark the top part with a wiggly line, and the edge nearest you put a straight line down it. I've set the gap to 38 millimeters. We've cut the first one on the tilt. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cut the first one on number 1, and then continue until we get 12 segments. Exactly the same with the sapelli, which is the wiggly line on the top and the straight line on the one nearest you. Then we'll do exactly the same and we'll cut 12 off. Right, now that we've cut all of the segments on the tilt, there's just the odd fuzzies what we need to take off, and all we need to do is just take the ends off that have the little fuzzies, for want of a better word. So whatever we do, don't sand that edge, because that's the angle. It's cut both ways, obviously that angle and obviously to make a wedgie as well. So you've got to be very, very careful. If you did need to take one of them off, do it like that, so that we're not taking anything off that angle. Same as the maple. The maple seems to have cut well and it doesn't need any sanding whatsoever. But this sapelli just needs it on the outside ring. So we'll continue on until we get them all done. Now, when you cut them on the tilt, it does the opposite of when you cut them at a regular wedgie. You'll end up with 6 with the lines on the short part and 6 without. And what you do to make a complete ring, I don't know whether you can see this one, I haven't put it in. This one has got nothing on the inside and all the lines are on the outside, where with a normal ring you would do one on the outside, one on the inside, one on the outside, one on the inside. This one, with it being on the tilt, it's completely different. So you make up the 2 rings and you have to have them in doubles just to make 6 of each other. So what we'll do now, we will go ahead and clamp these up, and then I'll show you them when they come out of the clamp, where they're all clear on the inside, and that one's got the marks on the inside. I hope I'm making sense here, but all will come clearer when I get them made up. Right, it's time to glue them up now. So exactly the same, make sure that you cover the full amount and the wiggly line on top. Then place the maple one by the side, and then continue on until it's all a complete circle. Make sure you get the wiggly line all on the top. make sure before you put the top ring on is just put a little bit of cling film on it, and it saves your clamp getting full of glue. Place the ring on the top. It's just as you tighten it up, the segments will want to push themselves apart. So if you just tighten that down, don't tighten it up really excessive, but just enough to keep it from wanting to jump, and obviously they have to move, so just getting the right amount of pressure on it. Sorry about that compressor kicking in. Right. I find if you just do it by hand, then we can tighten it up. I think we need to just tighten that a little bit, quarter of a turn through it. What we've got to do now is let that go off for at least 2 hours, and then we'll keep this clamp on for a further 22 hours, giving it a total of 24 hours for it to go off. Well, I've got them done, and as you can see, lovely tight joints. Got the two of them, sanded them down, and I'll just put them together, and you can see obviously what it's going to look like when they're done. And I will put that into something, I don't know, a vase or a what do they call it, a potpourri bowl or something like that. But the art of getting it done is getting them joints absolutely superb. If you're going to give it a go, obviously give the 90-degree one a go first. It gives you an idea, and then you can progress to cutting it on the tilt. To be perfectly honest, that's the most I've ever done. That's the 30 degrees, and it was really fiddly getting them together with a clamp. You must use a clamp, because as you can see, when you put pressure on, all I want to do is this one wants to lift up and that one wants to go down. So as I say, try the 90-degree one first, then you can progress to cutting it on the tilt. If you do have any problems, drop us a private message, or leave it in the comments, anything you want to do, and I'll try to help you. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please give us a thumbs up, it is much appreciated, and please subscribe. I will catch up with you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.